Yeah, thank you for coming, guys. I'm so excited how many people do we have today. Because today we will have a very important topic, and it will be a practical talk because, yeah, I can speak with you about different things. I can speak about like rocket science, about AI, about quantum computers, but in the end of the day, what's a point of this talk if we do not have an access to the job market, if we can find the job. So we have 20 minutes and let's discuss. And in the beginning, I would like to make a small introduction about who am I. Before I came to the UK, I had very multidisciplinary experience. So for example, I was involved in some marketing processes, in some financial processes, in a lot of different processes, but at the same time, it was non-IT background. And when I found the huge passion to cybersecurity, especially to the blue teaming in 2025, I was in the UK, I realized that I should start from the scratch, from the absolutely ground zero, because I hadn't any professional connections. I hadn't any images in my head about the market. So I start my learning path, and I was not a student of the university. So it was absolutely DIY learning path, and I studied a lot. I did a lot of home labs. And you know these names like Try Hack Me, Hack the Box, Let's Defend, all of these things. And at the same time, I prepared for some professional certifications. Plus, I was involved in some activities of local communities, in a university community, or for example, Southwest Cybersecurity Cluster. And after these 12 months, I realized that now I'm well prepared for the job hunt. And it was not just, the provision, it was the part of the strategy. And why we should create some strategy, because we already have a lot of websites. We have a lot of published vacancies from LinkedIn, from Indeed, from all of this. But at the same time, I would like to say that, where is the previous slide? That something is happened with the market. And I mean that we have a lot of noise on the job market. And what does it mean? It means that we do not have right now an access to the real verified vacancies. And this noise produced by a lot of different actors. For example, by scammers, by bots, by unresponsible recruiters, whatever. But the main thing that we need to understand here, that we should somewhere or somehow to filter all this noise. And my suggestion is to use async filter. We speak about async, it's like open source intelligence, but at the same time, our approach will be very simple. And as the result of this research which I made, it was this one. So it was 1 month of hard research, and I had 12 job applications, and I was invited to the 3 interviews, and I received 1 offer. Some of you can think that it's something unreal, because where is the funnel with 1,000 job applications? Where is the months of the research? But I would like to say that is not so much necessary, because how we spoke before, we need some filter for the job market. And it's pretty easy. So we will not have some repetitive phases. We will not have some very over-engineered and very sophisticated things. It will be just 2 phases, preparation and action. And it's very important to understand, as a junior specialist, we should be very proactive, because we are much more interested and much more worried about the roles, about the jobs than companies. And it means that we should be proactive. And when we start with the preparation phase, why we should make our market research? Because we have a lot of different actors on the market, and some influencers, some bloggers, some vendors, and they try to push us to do something, to learn something, to buy something. But do we really need these certificates? Do we really need these boot camps for thousands and thousands of pounds? I'm not sure, because what we really need, we can understand only through our own research. And it's not, again, it's not something very sophisticated. I mean that you should open LinkedIn or Indeed and just copy-paste from 30, 40 vacancies related to your professional path, all the job requirements to the simple notepad, and in the end, after 1 or 2 hours, you will have a huge list of all the requirements, and you will see some patterns, because companies, like 25 companies, they will ask you about the certificate A. Like 15 companies, they will ask you about certificate B. And like 10 companies will ask you about some specific skills. And it will be your baseline. And it will be much more easier to understand what you need to achieve. And when you finished this part with the outer research, let's start inner research ourselves. And probably it will be much more difficult than research the market, because sometimes it can be very tough, because sometimes we even do not know what we want. And here you have an example of my answers, but I would like to say that you should be more detailed, more concrete, because, yeah, obviously, who am I? Like, I'm Gleb Tumanov. But at the same time, we should speak about the background. We should speak about the interests, skills, about our previous experience. Or, for example, we can say, I'm looking for SOC analyst L1 role, but is it forever? For example, what do you expect from yourself in the next like 2, 3, 4, 5 years? What is your motivation? What is your goal? So put as much as possible information to these questions, because more information you will have, more visibility you will have next. And when you finish outer research and inner research, you will have the next slide, assessment of chances. So it means that you can make a compare how you are aligned to the market requirements. And for example, if they ask you A, B, C, and D, and you have only A and B, it means that probably you should spend some more time for preparation. And yeah, you still have a chances to secure the role, but at the same time, the main important thing to increase your chances. But if you find that everything fine and you have like a lot of certificates, you have a lot of knowledge, and you are really ready for the job hunting, let's go. And the first phase is action phase. But before we start to do something, it's very important to create the space where we would organize all the data and where we can manage all our things from the research. And my suggestion is just use the simple to-do list. And the first column will be database, so all the companies, their cards. Second one, it will be in progress. It means that, for example, if we have some interaction with the company, for example, we sent our cover letter or CV, just put these cards to this column. And the third one is decision, like rejection, or, for example, they will offer something for us. And what is the main difference between ordinary to-do list and our database? That we will operate with the cards of the companies. And we try to enrich these cards as much as possible. So we just collect all the data about the role. And it means like salary, place, role, all details which you even can find. And when you finish this preparation phase, you are ready to the next chapter. And the next chapter is about the collection data. And I would like to show you the gold mine. And because, yeah, we know that somewhere and somehow you can find the gold, but where? And I would like to share with you this gold mine. It calls National Cybersecurity Center. And why it is a gold mine? Because they collected and they approved 440 different companies who operate in the UK in cybersecurity. And it means that we can use filter and we can get an access to the approved companies. And the main information which we need for our database, we already have website and email. So we just go to the website and check all the information which we need. And I do not know how many companies you will find for yourself. For example, I found, like, for me, 70 different companies. But if you think that you need another source will be LinkedIn. Yeah, and because LinkedIn is a database of existent roles, existent jobs, because people, they wrote about themselves that they already have this type of jobs, which we just try to hunt. And we just try to find SOC analyst level 1 in United Kingdom, or for example, you can filter like in London, or for example, in Cardiff, and you will see the huge list of all of them. And it means that you can just copy paste all the name of the companies to your database. And my favorite type of the profiles, SOC managers, because they have a lot of experience and probably they already they changed some places. So it means that from one profile you can collect like 3-4 different opportunities. And how it works. And this is an example of my week in January 2026. And as you can see, I did not put a lot of efforts and all things to one day. I separated the activities because from my perspective view, best days for job application, for applying for all, Tuesday and Thursday. So it means that we have some free days on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And what to do on Wednesday and Friday? My suggestion is that we should continue to studying and learning, because you will have some job interviews and they will ask you some practical and technical questions. And my suggestion to do labs during this job hunt, because plus we should update and work with our database, because database should be updated and refreshed by the new roles. And why it works and what comes next? It works because there is no any magic under the hood, and the approach is very simple. Sometimes when we have difficulties, when we have a problem, we can think that the solution should be also very difficult and complicated. But no, sometimes solution can be just very easy like that, because what we need to get an access to the market, right? And we filter these unnecessary vacancies from the previous slides, and right now we have an access to these actual jobs. Plus, we understand our needs, we understand what we have, so we just can be aligned with the job market requirements. And then it's just about the interaction, human with human. We are with other companies, and it means that we do not try to, send them like thousands and thousands different applications. It's just tailored cover letters, tailored CVs, and actually company like that. And if you still not satisfied, if you think that we should do something more, we need a boost for our method, I have this boost, and this boost is community, power of the community. Because, guys, community is everything. This is a source of inspiration. This is a sort of learning and knowledge. And for example, your future employer, they will ask you about 2 professional references. Where you can find them? In the community. At the same time, you have a struggle. You have some ideas about your path. You are not so much, you have a lot of concerns. And for example, where you can receive the feedback, again in the community, because we have a lot of specialists who are very happy to share their knowledge, who are very happy to share their help with you. And what else? I would like to say that, guys, we should be focused, we should be curious, at the same time be positive, support our local communities, and I'm pretty sure that like in this year or probably in the next one, you will be succeed and you find your first cyber role. Thank you so much, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the break or add me to LinkedIn. Thank you so much.